You're welcome inside of my screen for this week's forecast analysis. And the page in front of me is DXY. So if you watch my last previous video, so at the time we analyzed DXY, it was around this region, I was struggling to break this above. And I said we usually break above, then we will come back for a retest. All right. That's what I said. And you can see clearly we have breaking above. Now, looking at these points here, this particular bar I draw here, this my blue bar, is a weekly level to be precise, and we are seeing something looking like a double top here. So you could see this one top, this second top, this looking like a double top. And I stated clearly that if we should break this guy above here, we test it, which I have to go lower in time frame. We said that we test, and I said the next level target is going to be this high. So once we can clear this one, then we can now come for a new high for this trend line that's playing out. All right. But presently, this guy here is kind of giving me concern because this is the weekly level and we are putting in a this is looking like a double top on this uh, 4 hours time frame. And if I have to show you clearly, if I have to, we can what's possible I'm seeing likely to happen here is likely we have a drawback here and then we take it high. That is kind of possible scenario because looking at the trend, I'm not seeing a clear reversal down to this side. If the XY has to come and take all this load that is here, has to come below here, it means the trend is changing. Now we're going to be having the XY selling. Now we've changed from the bullish bias to the bullish bias. We change from the bullish, sorry, I mean, we're going to change from the bullish bias to a bearish bias. But I don't see that happening because looking at the way it's moving, having a lower high, higher high, lower high, higher high, lower high, higher high. We have a lower high here, then we should have a higher high. But one of the things you have to take note of, one of the key reversal in the market is chart pattern, and this is looking like a double top, even on the 4 hours time frame. So, and if I have to go to the daily time frame as well, so let's check what we have here. So you can see that, yeah, this is very, very clear as double top, this one top, this second top, and you can see this candle is almost close as an indecision candle. So on Monday candle that we're going to be playing to determine the direction of the market. If we see a red candle, then expect a drop off here. And for us to continue with the buy, we have to see confirmation from this area here. A bullish engulfing can do. Now it's a bullish engulfing that can continue, but not precisely. You also have to check here. You can see that this was a high that was created August. So this was August market open. This is August 1. So you can see this was August market open that pushed all the price all the way down here. So from this high here, market pushed from August all the way down here, and we have only come to retest this area on Friday, November. That should be November 21, 21st. All right. So and this is looking like a double top to me. I won't be surprised if I see TXY dropping back to this place then for the high, but I will not be interested in taking an entry here. I prefer TXY closing above this guy, clearing out this high, we test it, then we may have the high. So what I'm trying to say is if TXY has to come back to this point here, I will not still be interested. I would like it to come above here, start trading above this one, retest it, then I can continue the bearish move to continue to the high side. So this is exactly what I'm seeing on the DXY. To be honest, so presently, what this chat pattern is saying is we have to be patient, observe the market. This is not the right time to start playing the buy or placing the sell. So you just have to keep this to yourself, observe what exactly is going to be happening around this region. And so if I have to go to the weekly time frame, let's go to the weekly time frame. So as you guys know, I analyze from the weekly time frame. So you could see here this is why I'm more concerned about this zone here. So you can see this was the point where markets rejected to the upside, came back again, rejected it, came back again, rejected it, came back there again, rejected it. And then finally what we broke through it, we tested it, then we dropped down. Then we came there again, dropped down, created a double bottom. So look at this, one bottom, two bottom. Then price was to rally all the way to this high. So it was this double bottom that created this push up we see here. But very nice. Last weekend we closed as an engulfing candle, which is looking very nice. If you ask me to be precise, so it's looking very nice. But notwithstanding, you just have to be very careful of this. So this is not just a level you want to mess up with. All right. So I'll be more interested in the extra A price can close above here, then retest it. So this is exactly what I mean. If we have a push up here, then we retest this area, then we can have continuation to the high side. So I'm going to be careful now. So it means DXY is in. So this means this DXY is in a decision stage. So we just have to get more confirmation to decide exactly what is happening. And you can see this red candle rejected from here. So it's same point. So you can see that this is like a double top also on the weekly time frame, and you can see this zone here too as well. So this is a very strong resistance level at the moment. Unless we break above it and retest it, then it becomes support. So presently it's a resistance zone. And so let's go to the 1 hour time frame and see what exactly price is saying there. That is where we take entry and that loss. Now looking at this 1 hour time frame, you can see price came here, rejected, came there again, rejected. So now 1 hour is also telling us a double top. So 4 hours double top, 1 hour double top, daily double top, weekly double top. So all these time frame are in line. Each one of them is saying double top. So likely, once market open, what my likely be expressing is a push up here, then we might drop. This is exactly what I'm saying. So we just have a push up here to this green candle that was left here. Test it, then we may have that drop back here. All right, we may have that drop. So that's exactly on the extra. So let's go to Euro USD. Let's see exactly what Euro USD is saying. So this is the. Let me just go to the for our safety. So this is the Euro USD chart in front of me. The last time I analyzed this pair, if you watch my last trade call video where I dropped last, was I take a profit around this zone. Just down, I just deleted the level because I wanted to charge some money. It was this area. I said once price push to this zone here, I'm going to be taking some of my profit, then observe exactly what is going to happen. So observe exactly what's happening. So now, if you look at this on the Euro USD, it's looking exactly like that of DXY. So, like I explained on the DXY, that I will expect a push up before the drop. So, this is exactly what I'm seeing on Euro USD here. I'm still expecting Euro USD to drop at least to this bottom to create a double bottom. Then it might retrace here. If the trend wants to continue, then we might have a further drop. So, I hope you guys are getting this analysis very clear. So first on OES, the way I'm looking at the chart is I'm expecting a drop here, put in that double bottom. All right. So once we have that double bottom, then price might it takes from there to retest this zone around this region. Or if you can look at this candle here, we have a demand candle here. All right. So probably we test here, then we have that drop off. This is exactly what I'm also seeing on the OESG, which is exactly what I'm telling you on the SY. But anything that makes price close above this guy here, so let me just mark it out. This high. Anything that make price close above this guy, then we have a complete change in trend. We might want to see what a bearish move up to the this my weekly zone here, which is exactly we'll be seeing the what the bullish. I mentioned a bullish move on this, then we'll be seeing a bearish move on the XY. So once price close above this zone, we might have a bullish move all the way to this my green zone here, which looks exactly what I'm trying to explain on the XY. So if you are seeing a buy here, then likely you'll be seeing sell on the XY because they are opposite correlated. All right. So this is exactly what I'm seeing on the Euro USD. So if I have to go to the weekly time frame as well, so let's see what we got on the weekly time frame. Okay, excuse me. So you can see on the weekly time frame, this last weekend that closed was a very bearish and growing candle, very very interesting. All right, so very very interesting. And what this is telling us that there's still more pressure from the seller side. So and likely what I'm expecting is yes, we have this bullish engulfing candle. So if this price action to continue, at least we come here, put in a double bottom there. If we can clear this low, and we should put in a lower low to this guy because this was the last low that was created. So if we can break it, then we should pull him back. So then we should pull him back all the way back to this minor support level that is there. All right. So, but if that not happen, anything that makes price come back above this guy here, then forget about it. We might be seeing more of the bullish move. All right, we've seen more of bullish move. So that will be a switch from a bullish move to a bearish move. Right, but I'm not likely seeing a bearish move. I'm still seeing more bearish. I'm not seeing that bullish move up here. I'm seeing more bearish. But what likely is going to happen is they kindly a retrace to this zone, then it drop further. And if price doesn't retrace at all, so let me just go to the daily time frame where we can see the chart very well. All right, so looking at this now, if price doesn't retrace to back to this zone, then likely what we put in a double bottom here. Anytime price open, they just come down and put in the double bottom. Then if you see price closing below this guy, we testing this area here. So this is what I mean. A break below here, then and then we test, then we might have that further drop down. So a break below here, the retest, then we have was a further drop down all the way back to this zone, especially this migraine zone that is there because see, this is if you have to check this candle, this was the last day of July. This is July 30. And immediately from August 1st too, you see this was July 30 in this candle, and August 1st price started pushing up, which created this high we have here before we start seeing that drop. So it's likely same thing we seen on the DXY August one as well. So I would likely like price to come there, create, take no, respect this support level very strongly. Then might start having maybe we want to break down further or we want to go up, but at least a drop here to this point first. This was November 5. So it dropped to this point where if you can break this guy, then we should clear this guy. So I'm still likely, I'm likely seeing even USD drop into this quarter. But remember, first is active, not predictive. All right. So that's just all I'm seeing on the Euro USD. And if you go to the 1 hour time frame and the rest, you can actually have a nice entry around there. Or even looking at the 15-minute time frame, after when I said this zone, I'll be watching out for this zone very well. After taking the 90 from here, price retested this trend line. Now, let me explain this in details. Yes, if you watched my last video, when price was trading above here, I said I will expect price to come back down to this trend line, then retest that same trend line to confirm that yes, we are trading below back the trend line. And you can see that was exactly what happened, then we drop further. So that's why I said I'm not seeing Euro USD going up from this region all the way up. At least I'm still seeing it dropping to this zone, at least dropping to this zone first. Then if we can take out all this low, then we may have that reversal. So likely I'm favoring the downside dropping further. So if you look at the last candle that closed on Friday, the last 1 hour candle, consider there was a bearish engulfing candlestick. And you can see that it's completely engulfed this previous bullish candle. So which is telling you that yes, price needs to drop to this further for technical level to be expected. But not regardless, for this zone here, I'll be kind of very more careful. So what I'm going to do is if market open, I'm going actually going to trade this, but I'm going to trade this at the low once price clear this low here. So if you have that nice clear below here, then I'll trade it back to this zone. Then wait for exactly what is going to happen on this zone here. So let me just leave some of these on because they are played out already. So I don't need them. Let me just leave this one because I will likely want to retest there. So let me use the normal zone that it's meant to be used. Alright, so I would like a retest to this point. That's if it drop here. Anything price apps wants to do with trace, then it should be likely this place. If that doesn't happen, we have a further drop, then we should drop at least back to this trend line that's playing right here, creating a new low to this guy here. And if I have to use the Fibonacci, can do even I have to use the Fibonacci. So let's just use Fibonacci to from this eye. This was the last eye, and this was the low. Look at it. So here in between here is also what align with what this 50% retracement, which we may likely see price coming. But not regardless, and you can see there's also a little support level around that, or let me say resistance level around that point. But not regardless, I'll still like to see price drop to this place first. Then once it gets here, then I can observe exactly what wants to happen on this zone, particular zone, all right? So that is all for Euro USD. So I'm going to go straight to GBP USD. So let's see what exactly GBP USD is saying. Nice, good. So this is GBP USD for me. So let me just put my chart here. So looking at this GBP here, you see that this was the channel we were trading off last week. So this was a very nice trade. We take this trade. If you watch my analysis right from the beginning, when price was here, break above here, I said a retest here, I'm going to take it down all the way to this point. But first, this zone here should be my first TP, and you can see exactly I'm taking the first TP. In fact, when I started saying this communication, I have to close out the trade. So only thing I'm waiting for is I need to see. Now I love the way Ken closed for hour on GBP kind of different from that of EURUSD. So this candle stick that close here, if I should see a bearish candle, like a bearish engulfing candle, market open Monday, then I'll be selling GBP off without thinking twice all the way back to this low. Just like the way we're seeing it on the Euro USD. At least for a double bottom, then if that double bottom is not holding, then we should have a lower low. That is what I'm seeing on GBP USD. But if that is not going to happen, you can also see I have this green candle that was left here. So we may likely have that retest around that area. Then use that opportunity to test this trend line as well, because you can see that let me zoom the charts. So you can see that after we have the first touch here, second touch here, price has never done the third touch on the trend line. It was just going. So this might be an opportunity for price to what do the third touch on the trend line. But not regardless, I'm still expecting a sell-off to this point first. Let me just move that area out. A sell-off to this area first. So once we can clear this, then we are coming lower. So, but if anything that makes price rejects from here, then likely it's going to be this place coming to test. Then if I have that engulfing candle closing below back, then I'll be selling from this point all the way to this place for a double bottom. When we clear it, we are coming down here. But if that day happen, if I see a very engulfing candle around this point, I also see selling from here all the way down here. So I have two scenarios which I'm presently watching out. So you can see this is a very nice zone. Price is just testing it, doing its things. So price action is in play. So I'm just going to leave this. This was the actual this trend line you saw here was the trend line I used to enter another position. If you watch the last videos I dropped, you will actually see the video where I talk about this trend line, how I'll use it to take trade as well. So that was I was able to have one position here, second position here, and then we took me further all the way to this point. So let's also go to the weekly time frame. Let's see what the GBP is saying on the weekly time frame. Okay, nice. So looking at this on the weekly time frame, looking at this area here, so I'm just going to delete it. Okay, I'm going to delete this guy. So we actually know where we marked, or let me just leave it. So looking at this daily time frame here, look at this one here. If I also draw from this, I then I forward it back here. Okay, good. Now that's this. That tell you that there's a zone here on the weekly time frame. So if I let me make it respect this zone, touch it here, touch it here, touch it here. So we're going to go straight and see exactly what is our price is reacting on this zone so as well. If you can take out that zone, then the next one likely I'm going to be watching out for is going to be this guy here. You can see that there's also a zone here. So I just put it going back. And which I exactly let me go to the time to show you what I'm saying here. This is exactly what I'm saying that a low to this point. You will see that yes, price respected what price used to expect level. Now the zone looks very neat and kind of very appreciating now. So you can see that this looks like a break below it and a retest. And this candle here was a very nice candle, a shooting star confirming itself. But not regardless, we see some little green candle, then we add another push down red candle. This is telling you that this zone is kind of a breakthrough. Now, if I should see another red candle open on Monday, push down again, that is my confirmation that this zone is holding, and I'm going to be selling here straight here without thinking twice. Once we clear it, then I'm coming down here. And I'm going to be taking my entry on the 15 minutes time frame. So let me just go to 15 minutes time frame, exactly what I'm trying to tell you. So looking at this on the 15 minutes time frame, wow, I love this. You can see that we have a massive bearish candle pointing down right from the zone, pushing down. So on Monday again, whether market gaps up or doesn't gaps up, I need to see another red candle clearing off this low. If this low is cleared off, then I'm going to be selling down to this area here, which is going to be what? Let me just do something here. If you actually understand SMC price action, so this is what liquidity or stopping is what liquidity, right? So if you understand SMC strategy, and we have to what clear up this guy drop down here. This is really making sense if you try to understand what I'm trying to explain. Yes, it's really making sense. And looking at using that same SMC strategy, you will see that this I don't know what they call it, but you can see that price trade inside our zone and kind of dropping up from there. So you need to clear this guy, create a new low here. I mean a double bottom, which is going to be a new low to this guy. So if double bottom, then if you can clear the double bottom, you're going to have like I see a one bottom, two bottom, then price rejected. So likely might be what you want to see here: one bottom, two bottom, then price might go up. That is just as simple as what ABC. So that's exactly what I'm expecting. And my entry is going to look like this. So let me just put it there. So this is going to be, I know when markets open, there might be a reaction here, there. So my entry will be around this point here. Stop loss above this guy that is here. Or I'm actually going to be using this. So stop loss above this guy there, target all the way down here. So I'm going to have a risk reward of 1 to 3.25. So that's still a very nice trade. But actually, my overall TP is going to be here, this point here. So only what I'm going to do is well, okay, so you do the green bar here. So only what I'm going to do is what I'm going to be managing the trade once we get here. So I'll be very, very careful on this zone. That's exactly what I'm seeing on GBPUSD. In fact, I don't see GBPUSD going to the trend line first before dropping. I don't think it really wants to do that nice touch on the trend line. But if that happens, I would use it as an opportunity to enter the trade and take it out. So let me just delete this since price has played exactly as we analyze it. All right, all this one is no more valid. So I like my chart very, very neat and easy to view. All right, so this is exactly what I'm expecting on GBPUSD. A drop down here, and this is a use for about 3.41. So that was a very nice reward. Notwithstanding, the last pair which I always add is AUD which is still my favorite trading. All right, so let's just go to AUD. AUD right here in front of me. So let me just go to 1 hour time frame so we can see everything. So if you actually saw this setup, watch my last previous video, the last two. That was the first one and the second one where we got this entry. We got this entry right from here. He came here, we added another position. So we had about three positions on AUD USD here. And the final TP was this zone here. And TP was it. Very, very nice. Sharp. Right? Very, very sharp there. So, and you can see immediately price it at TP, we were just consolidating around this region. And I have to box this eye here because this was the brain gym area from this low here to this eye. And you go see anytime it goes here, it's going to reverse again. So likely what I'm kind of seeing on Lego USD is you might just see something like you might just see something like this, then they pull up here. That is likely to happen on AUD USD. Yes, they pull down here, then they pull up here. And from this point, we can what now think of floating further. So this is 1 hour time frame, and this is likely what I'm seeing, yes, from my perspective. But notwithstanding, so at this point, if you find this video very, very educative and you find it valuable from this video, you want to smash the subscribe button and don't forget to drop the like and also share this video as well. Drop your comments what pay you want me to analyze next and what other strategy you also want me to talk about. And I promise you, I'm going to do that. So now let's get back into the video. All right. So the reason why I said if price come here like this, then we'll have this push up. Let me explain. Judging by the price action that was there, look at this point. Price dropped from here all the way here, then moved up, then dropped further down, then came up, started consolidating. But if you try to check, look at this point here, look at this area here, look at this. Now let's come down here. This exact place looks similar to this, right? Now look at this drop off, looks similar to this. Now this consolidation here must look similar to this. So which I said may have that drop up and push up, which is a drop up here, a push up, which was exactly what we have here, a drop there, a push off, clear off this low before further continuation, which is exactly what I said. A drop off, push up, then further continuation. It's just very simple, studying by price action. So we also have similar thing here. So we see this was one drop off, came back, went there again. That same point that went up, but this one was it didn't clear this. But we have the clear here. We also have it here. Look at it, left, the middle, the right. Then was when we can then push up. Then before we think of dropping down. So this is likely the pattern EURUSD is moving with, which is exactly what I think will also happen here. For no regard if that didn't happen, because you have to remember that price forex is not, you have to remember that forex is not predictive, forex is reactive, all right? So we don't predict it because the market is reactive, all right? So if that didn't happen, then I'll be interested in this low here being taken out. This low. Once we clear this low here, like below it, we test it, then we have that further drop here. All right. So this what I'm just seeing on the Euro USD is precise. All right. This is what I'm seeing on Euro USD is precise. I would likely see that push up here, then the drop down. Then let me take you to the daily time frame. I also spotted something on the daily time frame. Right. In fact, let me not use the charts. Let me just search AUD USD. So let's use a fresh pair. I think I have it on this pair. So what do you notice here? Look, this is the exact zone here. At the time I analyzed this pair, all right, price was in this area here, this particular place. Now you see that was where this thing started. I said a drop here. If price break below, we test it that we drop further because this is a head and shoulder pattern. We have the left shoulder here, we have the head, and we have the right shoulder, which is playing out very nice. All right, if you ask me. But now you also see I plotted like a little zone here. So you can also see that I draw a little zone here. So at the time I analyzed, the price was here. So the little I draw this zone here was a retest here, then a drop off, which is exactly what we have. So sometimes once I analyze, I used to use DVX peer like this, that same peer, but with the different brokers to analyze the peer, see things from different perspectives. So I might be analyzing on my middle class, not seeing some points. So if I go to them, I'll say, okay, this is where I'm getting wrong. So this is exactly why I used to have debates charts using to analyze a more peer. All right, then you could see this on daily time frame. This look like what? Let me zoom out so you understand. This was armor, a bullish candlestick armor. So if this candlestick needs to be respected, then we have another candle first shift back to this point, which is exactly what I'm trying to show you on the 15 minutes time frame that you may have that drop off, then what push up. Then if this low has to be taken out, this particular low here, then we are coming all the way straight here. This is why I also came here to analyze and show you something different. But no regardless, we are seeing was a left shoulder, a head, and the right shoulder. And this particular zone here is the neckline. Now, not just the neckline, this is also a support level, always rejecting the market. Anytime price come here, came here, rejected, came here, rejected, came here, rejected. So anytime it's come there, it's always rejected. So which I don't think price will just come there like that and break it just like that. So we have to price needs to gather momentum. Like use most sellers stepping to clear the low. All right. So now once this neckline is taken out, then trust me, we are dropping all the way further here, which is exactly what I'm showing on the GBPUSD likely creating a new low to the last low. I also said the same thing on EURUSD creating a new low to the last low. So this is just exactly so you can see all USD this pair was they follow each other, different candle pattern and so between, but they have similar direction, right? So this is exactly what I'm expressing on the Euro USD. I'm likely going to be waiting for a clear break below this guy before considering yes, this eventual pattern is holding. But if not that, if we pull up here, then we have anything that makes we pull up here, then you start seeing price coming down back here. We are coming to break it. Yes, I said it. We are anything that makes price push back to this high and start dropping, we are coming to take off this low. We are dropping all the way down. All right. So all these lows here, this was a low. Be our TP target, TP1 here, TP2 here, then TP3 back to this guy here. So this is exactly what I'm seeing on the AUD USD. All right, AUD USD. So let's go to the first time frame on this particular pair. You see, there was a nice range that gave the pair, which was exactly that range you're seeing there. And anything that make price break above this low, this range, we are coming here. Once we come here, then we can reject from here all the way down. So this is exactly what I'm seeing on the AUD USD. Um, Now, looking at this point here, what let's analyze pair from this area here. Okay, so let's start from this edge here. This was the high. This was the lower high, lower low, a lower high, a lower low, right? A lower high, right? Look at this point. Was this a lower low? No, this was a higher low. Then price was still created a lower low because it didn't take out this low, which is telling us that the bearish move is still active. Then what came down, clear this low off, but was not able to clear this low. It did what then? It put in a base like a double bottom. So we out of the bottom, then started seeing price consolidation around that region. So which what I'm saying is price needs to get a momentum. But if you have to read this candlesticks very well, from this point here to this low here, you see that the bearish candle are more stronger than the bullish. This is exactly what I'm saying. So let me just show you. Inside this box, from this higher to this low, look at the candles, read them carefully. You see that the bearish candles are more stronger than that of the bullish. So I don't think this little bullish candle that is showing here can cause a reversal of price to reverse and start trading all back to this high. Start saying that by no. That's this small move is not capable enough. You have to see something stronger than that. All right. So now let's say at worst, what this thing can do is push it up here. Then we have to drop back. So and once price pushes back here, so let me show you with the Fibonacci tools. It's going to be a Fibonacci golden zone, all right? So anything that makes price push it back up here. So Fibonacci golden zone is in between 50% retracement and 61% retracement. And you can see this is in between. So anything that makes price push above here, then we have a bearish engulfing candle closing back here, closing back below this low. Then expect a further drop. Now look at, oh, excuse me. So look at where this Fibonacci extension is for extension TP. So let's see exactly what is there. You can see that that was what a previous low. That was saying each low we stand for our TP levels. So TP1 here, TP2 here. That was exactly what I was saying previously. So this is exactly what I'm seeing on our AUD USD and so I've analyzed DXY, EURUSD GBPUSD and AUDUSD. And if you find this video helpful, want to smash that subscribe button, drop a like, and don't forget to click on the notification bell. Then I see you in my next video. Peace.